What's up, DZ? We'll get started here in just a second. In the meantime, I can pump up this music a little bit. There we go. Everybody can bob their head a little bit before we really get started. There's Christine. Oh, good. I've already got... I need a new playlist in here for whenever we get going. Not that this song isn't good. There's Smart Rick. And he'll probably agree. I need a new playlist in here. I mean, this is good. This is just fire, but maybe I need something for a little bit of variety.
I was just thinking, I was like, he's playing the song again, and I love it. You know,
I've got it's a whole, it's like an hour and a half of just kind of clubby kind of music, and it's the only mix that I have right now. I need to, and on the Stream Deck at least.
So yeah, diversify your portfolio.
I'm gonna have to diversify my portfolio. I don't know. You're the DJ.
Wicca, yeah.
Well, send me. Don't you have like a mix of somewhere or something for?
I don't think my mixes would be what people would want. I wasn't very. I was clubby, but I was more in the sense of like techno, like very more traditional techno. It's not necessarily like. It's hype in my circles, I guess, but it's not as like bridgy to top 40 pop culture as
sure.
But I do know the other side, and I can totally send you some sweet tracks. Maybe that's what we do as well in the room is what tracks do you want to hear in the opener?
Actually, and I mean this, and I say this to anybody that is listening. There's an NFT music scene out as well, and we could play, some of that in the background, and maybe somebody would be like, "Hey, what is that?" And we could be like, "Oh, it's the artist that's actually in the room right now."
Music week for Traderverse talks are on its way for sure.
Awesome, man. That will be great. So if you're, we got some people kind of filling in here. Love the Michael Scott Abby with Moneymaker Mike. Love that. But if you're just joining in here, you've got that button on the bottom right of the screen, and tweet out this room. Go ahead and let everybody know that this room is available and popping, and you can hear Rick and I discuss club music and all kinds of great things like that. But today, it's WAGMI Wednesday, okay? And Christine, actually, she's our co-host here, actually just tweeted out what WAGMI means. And Christine, I'm going to say my definition is a combination of both of what you put out. You have "we are going to make it" and "we're all going to make it." And I've got, maybe it's just where I'm from or something, but I'm more of a "we all." We all gonna make it. So a little different.
Yeah. I know I had some people write me and they're like, that's not it. Like I say, we're all going to make it, or I say this. And I'm like, but essentially it all means the same thing. It doesn't even mean like opposite from that, So however, like what you just said, would you say you put
I said, we all going to make it.
Yeah. We all going to make it. See, that works too.
That's what I say.
The same thing. Yeah. Yeah.
Exactly.
What did you say, Rick? You said
we're all gonna make it kind of.
Well, you sound more proper, and you probably sound more educated than me whenever I say we're gonna make it. But I feel like I'm keeping my youth with my "we all."
Whenever I say it in my head, and I think that's just the crazy person out of me, is like the "we're not gonna take it." It's "we're all gonna make it." Is not.
We're
somebody needs to remix.
Gonna take it.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah, someone needs to make that remix.
Some Quiet Riot. Oh yeah, please. Yeah,
It won't be me.
Yeah, it's not gonna be you. maybe I'll take a stab at it. We'll see. I don't know that
AI
anybody
could do it
that.
for us. I'm sure there's some AI out there that could go through Sing It Right and get all the like how you would sing it properly and
We
remake
are gonna make it. Oh yeah,
Yes,
we're all gonna make it. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, that
How
is
dope
fun.
would that
That
be?
should be your right. That should be the intro to Wednesdays.
Oh, I love it. All right. I don't know. I feel like, I mean, y'all just heard me do it. I feel like I can do the intro to it.
Yeah. You just pull up the karaoke version and you're just singing it, and
Okay.
then you record it, and that's our intro.
And
Perfect.
turn it into an NFT.
There you go. There you go. It's the song of the summer of 2022.
We're all gonna make it. And then I put "We are gonna make it," and then they're like, "No, it's we're all gonna make it." I'm like, "Whatever, same thing. Who cares?"
It you know, in the end, if you want to do a hashtag of WAGMI, I am saying that right? WAGMI? Yeah.
WAGMI.
I'm a WAGMI, like
You're
my
a
dog wags his tail.
Yeah. I'm going WAG. You're right. I'm gonna switch to you guys. You've already convinced me with WAGMI. I don't have. Yeah. I'm not dug in on that one. But
WAGMI. Just kidding.
WAGMI sounds so sexual.
it
WAGMI,
does.
WAGMI, WAGMI.
WAGMI sounds kind of sexual too.
Yeah,
I
that
think
does
it's the
sound a
same
little
thing
bit.
with the "We're all gonna make it." We are gonna make it. We all gonna make it. It's the same. However you pronounce it, it's the same.
It's tomato, right? Yeah.
Yeah,
It is.
exactly.
So-
Potato.
Yeah. So potato, right? Because who says potato? The English. So yeah, as we've got WAGMI Wednesday, we're trying to get some themes on the Traderverse hour here in Spaces that we're going to have. We had Moon Monday, where we talked, a little bit about moonshots and some other type of things like that. We had Tech Tuesday yesterday. We had some really good discussion yesterday, and then today we have WAGMI Wednesday, which is not a sexual term. It's we're all going to make it, and I thought this would be a good time to talk about just how much opportunity is in this space. Why are we all going to make it? Why are we all going to make it? I'm going to try to say it all different ways. But why is that? And it's because I think there's just so much opportunity for everyone in this space, okay? Whether you are an artist, now, if you're an artist, this has given you a venue to be able to make digital art and be compensated for it. Not only that, if you're an appreciator of art, this now gives you a space to be able to buy it easily, have it verify blockchain that you own something unique. That's unique as well. Rick had actually sent me, Smart Rick up here on the stage, had sent me a link today that says there's now, social tokens for even like NCAA athletes, a new way, especially now that they can, monetize their name and likeness, a new way for them to be able to do that through the blockchain, through NFTs and things like that, of giving exclusive access to themselves. So I think whenever we're saying we're all going to make it, I really do believe that if you've got even minimal amount of talent, I'm just sitting here behind a microphone and speaking. It's nothing. And here I am in this space doing something. So there is opportunity for just about anybody. If you are interested in this space, there is opportunity, and you have an opportunity to make it, right? So I want to discuss today of all the good things that's happening. If you're listening and you've got a story to tell of maybe some way that you were involved in stocks or crypto, or somehow involved in just trading or artists or something like that, that this new space has given you an opportunity to kind of spread your wings, I want to hear about it today. I just want to talk about the industry in general, about how this is really, set up to change lives. I want to hear about that as well. There's so many different aspects of it. So if you think that we are in the dawn of a new era, to be able to say we are all going to make it because there's opportunities that weren't here previously, I want to hear from you. Raise your hand, get up here on stage, and let's hear a little bit about it for sure. Christine, have you gotten much engagement whenever you put the WAGMI hashtag or anything? Does everybody get excited about that?
What's funny is I haven't been using it actually. Like I'll say it like when I'm on a Spaces or whatever, but I haven't been one to actually use it in posts often. But I see it because I see it so much. So I'm like, and I appreciate seeing it. And then, but I've had a few people message me like, "Hey, what does that mean? What's that mean?" So then that was
I
like
did
my
that.
first time. Yeah.
On my personal account is at Voice of DeFi. I had a little video that had WAGMI on it, and I got a few messages of, "Is that a token?" And I'll bet you it is. I'll
I'm
bet
sure
somebody
it is. I was
made a
gonna say
token.
that. Yeah.
And it probably did okay until it probably got rug pulled. But so those, don't invest in a token called WAGMI unless it's good. I don't know. Maybe there's some kind of great token out there called WAGMI. But yeah, I was wondering if you guys, because I know I've seen you put a few things out there with it. I saw you and Rick kind of joking around with it after a space.
Oh yeah.
I wasn't sure if you got a whole lot of engagement out of that. But once you explained it to them, did they respond, or was that just an end, or they just ghost you after that?
They're just like, oh, okay, and they're like wondering why they're seeing it on their feed so much. And I think people just started using it, and there's so many people that didn't know what it was. So that's why I kind of put out that post today, like what it means.
No, I think
I want to put out how there's people that are putting the NMI too and what that means. Gonna make it.
Oh, we were not gonna make it. Okay. I guess we need to have that ready.
That's one fun thing about crypto is that it's brought in so much new vocabulary to my life. The habits of the world. I mean, something as simple as win moon, win Lambo.
Win Lambo.
Yeah,
absolutely. And Christine and I have a bunch of fun on social media, and I think that's like the name of the game, is the fun of it. And like even today, I was doing some research on an NFT platform that's coming out, and they use a new term that I've never heard in my life called phygital. It's physical but digital, so it's like luxury backed items, like a Rolex or something like that. That's like an NFT. Luxifies the project, but like phygital.
I had a phygital project suggested to me yesterday, and it was shoes. It was like Nike shoes, but they were physically backed by the actual shoe. It was an NFT of the shoe, but somewhere there's a warehouse that holds that actual shoe as well, that you own through that NFT. So phygital, interesting.
Yeah, it is. It makes you think of like fidget, but like I don't know. It's interesting.
If you're backing that one, huh?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I'm sold on that.
Well, I'll tell you one that we use in here often. If one of us get our connection disconnected, you guys all start saying, "Oh, Christine got rugged on her connection," right? Oh, she's gone.
She got rugged.
She just got.
Shit.
Did I make it happen?
You did. You wished it into life.
Gosh, well, there's an example right there. What are the chances here? I'll bring her back up as co-host. She probably didn't even realize that I said that. So there's a way that we've let the lexicon of crypto and just trading into our regular speaking is when somebody gets there. Christine, I don't know if you realize this, but I was just talking about you getting rugged, and you did.
I was like, did he do that on purpose?
No, I didn't.
You're like, it's like Christine getting rugged, and then I got kicked out. Oh, I was like,
you're like, he was really making a point there.
Like, yeah, he was really. This was a great presentation. Very real.
I'm not that well thought out to come up with. I'm going to actually rug her after I say this.
I know that worked out well though, because it was example A.
Yeah, example A. Yeah. So now whenever, we get rug pulled from liquidity getting pulled from one of our investments, now whenever something happens, your marriage goes wrong, people say, oh, their marriage got rugged, or, their connection got rugged, or whatever. So more of the lexicon of what we're saying kind of creeps into our in real life world. Any other terms that you guys have used that have crept into your real life that it's you thought would never leave Twitter Spaces?
This one, what just happened? We have Arazo here. Arazo, are you into crypto and NFTs or any stocks?
Yes, I am actually. I'm into the stock market. I'm pretty diversified in the crypto space. Wish I had more money. Keep buying these dips. As far as NFTs, I am familiar with them, but haven't, pulled the trigger on any. I tried to get my girlfriend onto the Shiba Toshis, to be one of the first people to get one of those, because the gas fees were crazy. But as far as myself and NFTs, I'm actually an artist. I make music, so I've been wanting to learn on how to create NFTs, whether it's, for an album or a song or even cover art. So I'm definitely interested in learning a lot about that.
I've been learning a little bit about that from a few musical artists, and one of them yesterday was talking about how so if you create songs, right, like each song, like you could make that into an NFT and like auction that out, and then have some type of ownership auctioned out as an NFT towards that song, whether it's like 50% of that song is theirs or whatever. And then your artwork, like your album cover, you could NFT that out. So you could have people basically invest in you, right? So they're going to have some type of ownership towards that song, whatever percentage it is. And, you know, and then other people, and you don't have to, the audience doesn't have to own an NFT, any NFT rights to your album or anything to enjoy it necessarily, but it's people that want to invest in you and that believe in you can have some type of ownership towards like one of their favorite songs or your favorite album cover or whatever. So I think that's where you could utilize monetizing and then, you know, building a community with your work in music.
For sure. And I think that's a way that that's kind of the next era of monetization, I think. Because right now, if I buy a song off iTunes or somebody from some, you know, some artist, I don't know that they're getting a whole lot of the cut of that purchase. And through an NFT, I think the cut would be much, much larger. So I think that's kind of a new era, you know, staying on topic of new opportunity.
You're definitely cutting out many middlemen, NFTing your own, you know, music or your artwork or whatever it is, because you're dealing straight with the investor basically, or investors.
Yeah, it's social tokens for sure. Is like kind of what that article I sent you guys this morning kind of circled around. And you know, Tory Lanez, he NFT'd an album, and he minted 1 million of them or something like that. And he said that he made more money doing it as an NFT than he ever did releasing through his management company or his record label ever, just because the proceeds basically went straight to him. And and there's other things you can do, you know, meet and greets. You know, I know there are, you know, some professional athletes that do, you know, like once a week or once a month, like, hey, I come hang out with you in Twitch, and like you can ask me questions, or viewing
Yes.
parties.
Yes. So it has utility. Like if they get
Absolutely.
NFTs, yeah. So if they have NFTs towards your work, yeah, it has utilities like that, and that's super cool. Like it's almost like a membership or key to you.
Absolutely. And I'm not, don't quote me on this, but you know, there are, and I've seen talks about it where like you can still go the traditional route after you release your NFT, and all of the royalties you could get from, say, a single, and you bought that single as an NFT, you could get distributions based on the profitability of that single, and you know, radio time and downloads and streams, where now you're sharing the revenue of that artist's collection.
But there could be some rarity too. Like
Absolutely.
let's say I got a first edition of, you know, pick the Beatles, somebody that's a huge artist, and I got the first edition of it. I mean, that would be worth something now if I actually owned the vinyl of it. I wonder if it would translate to owning the first edition of an NFT, of a digital release.
Anything is possible. I mean, an NFT is just interacting with a smart contract, and whatever you define, as long as it's okay with FINRA and the SEC, and you have everything credible, I really think that the applications are endless.
So how did Tory Lanez do it exactly on NFT his album?
He recorded it. Oh, go ahead.
No, actually, you probably know more than me. I only know how he got it off. I think he made 1 million copies for like $1 each.
Wow.
Correct. Yeah, that is what he did. And I think there's a couple
he
other
sold
utilities
out in like the first hour.
Yep. And I mean, I think it was simple as that. Is he recorded it and he put it out into the blockchain, promoted that he was doing an NFT. Everyone's kind of buzzing around NFTs, so there was a lot of marketing just built straight in. And like he said, it minted like right away, and he made 1 million real like
Okay,
right off the rip.
Let's break it down. So he went ahead and NFT'd his album. So he recorded it and then he put it out on the blockchain to sell as an NFT, 1 million of them for $1 each. Okay, so now let's say we all got it, like us four. So we all paid $1 each to get his album, his NFT album. So now what?
Now you have the digital rights to owning it. So no different than downloading it, which on like Spotify or Apple Music, which you don't really have it on your hard system. You still have to use it through them. You can just listen to it offline. People who bought the NFT actually could download the actual album and put it onto their hard drive. Go ahead, DeFi.
Well, I was just going to say, do I just own the song much like I would own it from iTunes when I own it as an NFT, or do I get any additional rights?
Right.
In other
That's
words,
what I want to know.
yeah, like can I can I use it as on my stream? Can I go to YouTube and have a stream and use it and not get an RIAA? Got that acronym right?
Right. That's a good question. And are we like, does it come with some kind of royalties like we were talking about earlier, since we have like some kind of rights?
I'm looking it up right now.
Okay.
Here's the way I would like it, and I think this can be done. I don't know that it's done like this, but let's say I run a major YouTube channel. Let's say I'm Mr. Beast. Okay, I just get massive amounts of following, and I use an NFT song in my YouTube video. And it would be really great if the original artist somehow even got the slightest of compensation for it being used in that way. That way, always the money when it's being used. I mean, right now, if I go to TikTok or something like that and do some dances on TikTok and point to some invisible boxes, I'm sure the artist gets something for that song being played on there. I'm sure there's some sort of deals being worked on there, but probably not very much. It would be really neat if the artist that actually made the song still got a decent cut whenever somebody uses their material on social media.
You would think that. And so I'm looking at the website right now, and it looks like it was just you got a limited edition, and then you have the music drop, plus you get bonus artwork. So it doesn't look like it had a crazy amount of utility to it, but it was just $1. And you obviously got first access because I believe he released it as an NFT before he released it to the public otherwise.
Zach, what website is that? I want to take a look.
Yeah, absolutely. It's I think the actual it's e-nft.com, and it's the When It's Dark by Tory Lanez. You can buy it on their marketplace, and it kind of describes the project.
I wonder if in this market you have to be established before you can do that. Because, if I were to release we all gonna make it a song that I sang earlier, I wouldn't get 1 million downloads for it. I would
You
get.
never know.
Well, you're right, but it'd be like because my mom downloaded it 1 million times or something like that.
She buys it all.
right.
No, but something that's trending like that, right? Like it's a very popular term at this time. You never know if everyone just adopts it as the song, and it just goes viral. Like I'm sure, like if you think about it, like a lot of these people that post on TikTok or whatever, they don't think so, and a lot of them are just like, we've never heard of them or something, and then it's some kid and then they post it and all of a sudden it goes viral because the internet community is just like, oh my god, I love it, everybody loves it, and then it becomes the trending video. So you never know.
Yeah.
True. Listen to like this scenario though. Say you're going out on your We're All Gonna Make It tour, and
I
you're
like
going
where this is going.
every small pub and bar in every mid-major city in America, and you have a merch table, right? Like after your show or after your performance, instead of having like albums, like a physical album to sell to your fans, you could just scan a QR code and say, hey, buy my NFT, you get my album. All proceeds go like basically directly to me. I didn't have to make any CDs or anything like that. And it's how you support a local artist. And, I don't think the idea of a successful project to NFTs means that you mint the entire NFT in 24 hours, but it can be a long sustainable project where you have 100,000 copies for this run, and you're going on your mid-major city pub and bar tour, and you're hitting 30 cities in 2 months, and you slowly build a following of people who support you.
Actually, that's kind of mind-blowing to think about it, because I know a lot of those, mid-tier, not quite, giant fill up an arena type of artists, might be going from pub to pub and things like that you're saying, smaller venues, and they probably are struggling to just make, ends meet financially. This does give a completely different way to make sure they get more of the cut for their artistry that they wouldn't have had before. And maybe it means that some local artists, some indie artists may be able to get some traction before they just would have quit because they would have ran out of money to continue to do it.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think, Ethereum obviously with gas, is kind of a crapshoot, but, picking a network that has, no gas fees or very low gas fees. And, most of these artists, make their music on a computer, and they can do it kind of from home and make a really polished product where, the investment was already made through, being a musician, where they don't need to buy anything extra. I'm sure there will be services where you can just upload your content, make a smart contract, and post it onto a blockchain with, relatively low fees as an artist, and just pick up your bag, print out a QR code and say, hey, if you want to support me, here you go.
Interesting. Getting back to that original article that you posted where it talked about the NCAA athletes being able to monetize their likeness through NFTs and that sort of thing, that could really, it all gets to be access, right? I mean, that's where all this opportunity comes from, is easy access to whether it be an artist and their music or an athlete and their likeness, to where now you can say, hey, if you buy this from me, and I like what you said earlier about it doesn't have to be all minted all at once. If you buy this from me, and it's going to be rare, from this point forward, other things can be given to the wallet address that bought this, access to this athlete, this access to this artist. And that opens up a whole new way of being able to monetize yourself. Some of these, athletes are going to go on to, have professional careers, and money will never really be an issue for them. But there's several athletes in college sports that, being the star of their college team is as far as they're going to get. And you want them to be able to, seize that opportunity to get as much possible compensation as they possibly can.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think it's a really good move by the NCAA. And I know, my team, Michigan State, like there's a mortgage company that actually pays any one of the scholarship athletes $500 as like a stipend, just for being a scholarship athlete now. And like, that's pretty cool. Like they always had like mopeds and other like great features, like a sleep number bed in their dorm, and, all those things that most college kids don't get. But now they're actually getting a little bit more money in their pocket, and, souvenirs, especially like somebody won it, like superstars in the NCAA basketball that, maybe played in Germany for the rest of their career and didn't really make a whole lot of money. They were very much journeymen, but they were the guy who had 25 points a game. Like everyone's like, he's going to be a top 10 pick. Now they can like monetize their art, their autographs and souvenirs, where they can start to make some money in college that can like set them up for success going forward. And another thing that I kind of thought of is like saying, we'll go back to this bar example, the Voice of DeFi, We're All Gonna Make It tour. You have a really cool artwork, right? You have a specific, NFT artwork attached to it, and say 10 years from now, because there's a lot of artists that like start that journey really early and don't get discovered until they're 35 or 40, just because of whatever situation. Now you hold that artwork and say there was like only 50,000 prints of it. Now you have like a very big collector's item of like, I saw this guy at a 50-person bar, and that's gonna be worth money to someone who supported you at the very beginning, and you still have the digital rights of the music always. So
That's a great point about whenever it's just a 50-person bar and you saw them early, because you're right, people love to brag about that. If I saw Kanye before he was cool, right? Something like that. And maybe you've got proof that you were there that night. Maybe you have pictures of yourself with just 50 people, and it's you've got Kanye there or whoever. And yeah, now you could actually prove that if it was through an NFT. You'd be like, yeah, I actually was there. I bought the ticket there. It's an NFT. Yeah, I got some unique artwork that was only available at that point whenever he wasn't very big. And then, yeah, you've got that social proof that you were there. And because of that, it probably ends up being super, super rare and probably worth quite a bit at that point.
absolutely. Like my dad saw U2 in like 82 at like this really small place, and he like, it's one of his favorite stories to tell. It was like right before they got like super big, and he even has the ticket stub, and if you wanted to put it on eBay, you could probably make some money with it. But like, how many of those souvenirs of the later generations of people seeing Metallica super early or a big artist super early, and that they may have lost, and now it's on a blockchain and it's attached to a wallet, and like unless you forget your seed phrase, or something devastating happens, you're always going to have it.
That's really cool. Like, I mean, you could even be passed down, like this U2 ticket of your dad's. You may own that U2 ticket someday, right? And then you could pass it down and just say, hey, your grandfather, your great grandfather went to U2. You've heard of U2. You've read about them in the history books, and you can got that ticket on there. But NFT would be the same thing, except it could be passed down. I mean, it's literally an asset, and possibly even the estate of U2 could even, if that was an NFT, could send things to those that were their earliest fans, because you want to. It's just like investing in stocks early or crypto early. Is you want your early adopters, the people that believed in you when no one else did. You want them to feel special, and them to get things that no one else can really get.
I have a question
Go,
here from
go ahead, Christine.
Stephen. What does it say here? It's someone in here and he's wondering about like NFT rights to music videos and stuff like that, like where that's going to go or what that's about.
It could be done. I mean, I don't understand why you couldn't. You could put a video on an NFT, in the same way whenever you could buy a song, on an NFT, you could still get a video on there. You could still do all the same things we just talked about of, give things to people later, give artwork to them that bought that video on there. All the things would still apply. I would still have the same questions of could I use it in my own social media because I own the NFT?
Yeah, because you own it. That's, I guess, the big question. Oh, here it is. He said, I'm trying to make sense of the NFT rights for entertainment use, like a music or videos, which is, I think a lot of people are wondering that. And I know I heard somebody in a space saying that big film companies or big production companies are thinking about NFTing scenes in movies. And I was wondering, I'm like, so I could own a scene in a movie? Like, how does that work? Like, if I own it, like, does that access royalties to every time it's played? Like, or yeah, can I use that for anything because I own that scene now? Or do people have to pay me because I own the scene to freaking The Shining? Or I don't know, like how does that work?
I mean, they would never pay you directly. It'd be a trickle down. It would be whoever made the collection, and it would be determined by the terms and conditions of what you bought. I mean, NFTing a scene, if it's just like, hey, you now own the digital rights of it, but there's really no digital rights. I mean, it's very, you got to look at the fine print. What am I actually getting? Is there distributions? Is there dividends based on the gross of the movie? Or is it just that I own the rights to be able to repost it and not have any trouble? There's a lot of things that still need to be defined in the space.
Absolutely.
Like I mean, every new piece of news that we see in this space is basically the first iteration of something going on, for the most part. So it's like, it's going to be really interesting. And, to tie it back to we're all going to make it, we're all so early in this space and we're all still discovering it. And it's really interesting that Hollywood and the music industry and everyone's kind of piling in to figure out how they can connect. I think at the end of the day is what they're trying to do is having a direct connection and community with their target audience, aka their customer, where it's not a bottom or top down approach. It's a bottom up approach. It's like, what do our fans want? What do they want? How do they want to feel connected to our company, our product, our movie or whatever? Because holding something in your be a shitcoin or Bitcoin, when you are along for the ride and you actually have that in your wallet, you feel a part of it,
Yeah.
like, so, I mean, the Dogecoin, like that right there, Dogecoin, like having that and seeing the price go up and down, you are directly in that community and you're directly connected, and people who don't understand it probably don't own it and they like are a bystanders. But when you're in it and you're hodling, it's a different story.
Absolutely. To where you're like, I think that's a good way to say it, is owning something digitally also kind of puts you a part of a community. And we could really get into a broader topic of NFTs there, where, if you own a Bored Ape or something like that, you're in part of a community. And the same thing could be done in music and entertainment, where you're in that group. The biggest thing that y'all are saying, and I think it could be put in a smart contract, is are the original artists able to get compensated for their stuff being used past that? Imagine if we had a NFT music that was used in a game, right? Let's say it's a fighting game, and you can choose as the user what NFT is being played in the fighting game as your background music, right? And so you can buy different NFTs and you can own it and then in there. But it's played several times. How many times is that game played? Whatever game it is, whatever fighting game we're talking about. If it's played 1,000,000 times, does, 1,000,000 sats, I'm going to say sats just because trying to pick a small unit of crypto. Does 1,000,000 sats go to the original owner or creator of the NFT, the person that minted it? It could probably be put in a smart contract to do it like that, and that's what I would want it to be. I am always trying to fight for the original creator to be able to be paid for what they're using, even if it's used quite a bit. And I think that's what the creator would want as well. I don't think I'm odd in wanting that. And to me, that helps with the whole we're all going to make it idea, is the idea that what you create you would continue to be compensated for and not a one-off.
No, I agree with that sentiment. And Turbo down in the audience, we see down there. They got a fighting game coming out. Actually, I shared it with my team today about the Nifty Ape Nation and how awesome their game looks, and how they use NFTs to have playable characters within their game, which is really cool. I don't really know about the music part of it. And it would be this is obviously just hypothetical Rick talk here, but like where people could submit their work and people could like pick what tracks they want to be playing in the background, and that artist could make a royalty based on the popularity. That'd be super cool. Like, and that shows the spirit of Web3, in my opinion. Fortnite's gonna have collectible skins that you could then earn, unlock, and sell. Like that's why Axie Infinity and some of these other games are so popular now. Because the rewards you can build. I'm an old school RuneScape in like the country of Venezuela. Basically, their economy kind of runs off, buying and selling. I wouldn't say it runs completely, but there's a lot of people who buy and sell ounce or items in the real world to support their family. And Web3 makes that so much easier.
For sure. And I've seen some of Turbo's, some of the looks at the game coming out, and it does get into the we're all going to make it, because, you hope that a game developer can make it, can do well from it, but also just being able to own something within the game makes it more encompassing of we're going to make it. Not just one person is going to make it or one team is going to make it for making a project. It's that those that own the assets within the game. And like I said, I've seen some screenshots of the game. It looks amazing. And the fact that you could own something within there that could be rare really gets into the we're all going to make it idea, I think.
Turbo, you guys are having a 24-hour spaces tomorrow, right?
Yeah, we're gonna party till we drop. How's it going, everybody? Yeah, tomorrow's our big debut, and we have some really great guests coming. So we'll be releasing that pretty soon. But they're big; they're really big people, and yeah, we'll be rocking out. We're starting at 11:11 Pacific time, and probably going well past. So, and then in terms of the game, we just thought and never be like very rarely, or if at all, like have people been able to get something like that with their NFT. So it's, we look at it like an added bonus for everybody. And, I'm sure that issues will arise depending on what kind of system you have. And so we're just going to have to like continually update and deal with bugs and stuff. But we have a big dev team that can take care of all you guys if you experience any issues. But right out of the gate, we're going to have 88 of the NFTs available to play with. And then we'll be scaling up to 8,888. And part of the reason that that's possible, I mean, for anybody who's in video game development, they probably just scoffed at that. But, because it usually traditionally takes hundreds of millions of dollars to do that kind of thing. But what makes this possible for us is that it's because of the software that we're using, which is it's a one of a kind, unique software, but it's basically a procedural system, so that it saves a lot of data, and we can actually, I guess, multiply a lot easier. So, that's a little bit down the road, of course, but right out of the gate, where this is like a great experiment, so we're all kind of going in this together, and we'll see what happens. But I'm really optimistic, and I've played it.
Is this a computer game?
Yeah, it's a computer game. It's you can play it on PCs. It won't work on Macs quite yet.
Turbo, is it play to earn anything, or?
Yeah, that's the plan. That's what we want to do. So we can. We were thinking about making like bananas as our currency, and if you keep on winning, or if you keep on winning these tournaments, you can like cash in for like fungible assets once we have the the metaverse up and running and stuff. And we're definitely going to be opening up the metaverse for people.
That's awesome, because like honestly, like someone like me, if I'm gonna play a game, I know I'm gonna get addicted. So like the only way I'm gonna continue playing it is if I know I'm gonna get something out of it.
Same.
Otherwise, I'm like, I run a full-time business. I'm like, I'm gonna be wasting my time.
Yep.
But like, Christine and I, hi everyone. Sorry, I forgot to say hi. But so Christine and I, we were on Decentraland, and I'm like, okay, so what's the incentive? I'm thinking, what's the incentive if we come back here? So like we found out that if we attend events, like we can actually collect NFTs and like
Yeah.
memorabilia. So I'm like, that's pretty cool. Like that will
Yeah.
get me back to Decentraland.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Oh.
it's limited. It's like rare too, because they
Yep.
won't like have them run again. So we were running around Decentraland like, hey, where did you get that jacket, sir? Like, where did you get those glasses? And it's all from, you know, these events. So now me and her are like, let's just go to all these events and collect all these, because that holds value. And it's like, you know, so now that's definitely a play to earn, is for
So what's your
sure.
collection like? Yeah, let's hear about the collection that you've amassed now that you're finding out where to get these things.
Yeah.
So I had this like sweater airdrop to me like a couple months ago, and I thought it was scam, like someone sending I'm not joking. I thought it was scam, someone sending me stuff in my OpenSea to like try to hack me or whatever. So I'd never interacted with it because it just looks so weird. The quality is so bad. But then when I went to Decentraland with Christine for the first time, like there's a section where it says collectibles, and I click on that. I'm like, and I'm like, what the hell? This is that scam sweater that I was afraid of. And I clicked on it, and my avatar wore it, and it was amazing.
It was amazing. And I was like, give me a sweater. Like, what the heck? Where'd you get this sweater? Because the options, the basic options they allow you to wear are the ugliest things, right?
Yeah.
So I'm like, what the heck? Where'd you get that sweater? And she's like, I thought somebody put it in my wallet and I thought it was a scam, but now I could wear it. And they got it. It was like a project, right? That gave it to you.
Yeah. I don't even know. When I clicked on the information in Decentraland, it said like for joining Discord server early. I'm like, what? Like they never told me I was gonna get this. And that
That's
sweater lights up too, guys. Like it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
like you played a game and you actually got something that literally you own. You actually
Yeah,
give.
dude.
Yeah. That's great. I
It's
love
like an
that.
airdrop, like ENS did.
That's cool. Yeah, we can totally do that too. I love that. You know, Christine, you do tattoos, yeah?
Yes.
Yeah. So this is one thing I want to do is I want tattoo artists to sell their tattoos as fungible assets because we can put them on our, you know, the arms and legs or faces of our NFTs.
Dude,
Whoa.
Turbo.
Ooh.
Everyone's asking her for the tattoo stuff. So you're gonna have to like come up with a good proposal because she's really popular right now in the metaverse.
Oh, I bet. I
It's
bet.
so funny because me and Arm were there, right, with a few other people like experiencing metaverse for the first time. So we're on Decentraland and we're looking at each other's avatars like, we need tattoos on us. Oh, and I was like, we should open a tattoo studio here at, you know, in the metaverse. And then we all could work here and then I could tattoo people's avatars. And we're like, how can we do that? And we're just like walking around exploring metaverse. And we're like, hey, there's no tattoo studios. This is a really good idea. Like, we need these avatars to have like, be able to customize in a way like that, like tattoos. And I don't think it's been done from what we know yet. So
Yeah, we're planning on doing that. I mean, so many tattoo artists, I feel like, you know, lost their digs because of the pandemic, and we have a ton of cool tats, by the way, for paint and stuff for our avatars. But man, I mean, how cool would that be for you guys to set up shop like that and like people can walk with your designs, you know?
You could also get like a matching one to what you have. Like you could like be like, look at, you know, the drawing too, and get it uploaded to the metaverse, and so then it matches
Yep.
you in real life.
yeah, exactly. It's definitely limitless on that end, because I think that's really, really new. And a lot of people, like what Arm said, a lot of people have been approaching me like, hey, how about like this tattoo thing in the metaverse? And I'm like, yeah, but it, like, I don't feel like anyone's done it or like executed it or has the programs to do it or the means to do it, etc.
My guess is you'll be approached by whenever it's a good way to do it. It sounds like they're knocking down your door. You're the perfect to be able to do it whenever somebody has the perfect forum to do it. But and maybe it is Turbo's game. Maybe that's the right move. But
Yeah.
yeah, my guess is you'll have them knocking on your door to be able to
Yeah, Christine Barnum is so hot right now. Like,
Facts.
Oh my god, you guys are funny.
Turbo, your quality is definitely on point though. Like the one thing that Christine and I like, complained about Decentraland is the quality. I'm like, dude, you guys got to do something. My eyes are burning.
Yeah. Yep.
Oh,
And it's very laggy.
thanks, Arm. Yeah, I think man, so if you guys if you looked in our Discord, we actually have some previews of the metaverse, Ape
it's
Island.
insane.
It looks pretty fucking great, man. I mean, that's pretty premium graphics. There's like a movie theater where we can stream movies. There's a trading pit. There's a giant rocket ship. There's a huge banana statue. There's there's just like a whole. You can actually swim in there, so there's like fish and stuff. It's really fun. So there's a lot that happens in there, and I'm so psyched. I have to wait a little bit, but it's like Q1 is the target.
Are you going to do 24 hours, or are you going to shift this out with your team?
I'm gonna go. You know what? I'm just gonna go for it, man. I'm gonna stay up as long as I can.
Just Red Bull and coffee and go for it.
Yeah,
I'll pop in at like 4 a.m. really loud and rambunctious. I'll take a nice late nap just to keep you guys up.
We'll get some of our international apes, jumping in and waking us up and stuff. But I don't know. We'll see how it goes. I mean, I should probably go to bed early tonight so that I can hang with all these young folks.
Me and Arm will drop by.
Whitelist is still
awesome.
open, right? Correct.
Oh, sorry. What's that, Zach?
I said the whitelist is still open.
Yeah. So you guys go on our link tree or click on my profile. You can go to Linktree and then you can do the sign up list.
That's awesome. That's awesome. I think I also saw an ape that's wearing a Jordan jersey, a Bulls 23.
That's me. Yeah.
Awesome.
So I'm a Chicagoan. So I'm a huge Michael Jordan fan. And my wife gets real mad at me because it's the only thing. I only wear this jersey, and she's like, "It smells so bad. You have to take that thing off." But but yeah, that's my shout out to MJ.
We just became best friends then, because I grew up not in Chicago, but because through WGN, you could see all Bulls games, and obviously they were just a worldwide phenomenon at the time. And yeah, I caught the Jordan bug for sure growing up. So yeah, as soon as I saw that video and I saw the Jordan jersey, I thought that is amazing. And now that I hear that it's yours, it's even better. Can't
confirm that was the first thing out of his mouth this morning when we talked about it.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, MJ all the way. Did you watch the ESPN doc on them?
Of course, of course.
The insane gambler that he is.
Not a great human being, but a fantastic basketball player.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. You get a sense of what it takes. You got to be just a killer. You got to be a killer.
And he stated that. He said, "Hey, that's your problem. This is the way I run things, and this is what it takes to win like I did." And now there's an ape wearing his jersey in a metaverse. So there's somebody wearing my jersey in a metaverse. So yeah, his way can get some stuff done for sure.
Absolutely.
I've heard he's jumping in the NFT game actually. So that would be awesome if he doesn't sue me.
That would
he'll serve you in your metaverse too.
Yeah, it's going to be like this giant 6'6" Michael Jordan ape coming up and dunking on me with a summons.
Great. Yeah. And he just says, and I took that personally. And he comes after you. So.
I'm sorry, MJ. I'm sorry.
Right.
I'm from Chicago, man.
I love you. Right. Right. Well, it looks like an awesome project. And like I said, if it's play to earn, I think that's even better. It really falls into the topic of WAGMI Wednesday, of chance to play to earn, chance to have a good time. Just like Christine said, and Arm for that matter, if you're going to get addicted to a game, you might and come back to you, right? If you're going to be addicted, because I got addicted to games. I've played some NCAA football in my life. I don't have a penny for playing that much NCAA football, or Mario or Zelda or anything else I've ever played. I only was down the $50 or $60 to buy the game, and past then nothing. So yeah, it's awesome that you're giving a platform to be able to play something that's a lot of fun, or looks to be a lot of fun. Plus, you can actually own some assets within there, including, it sounds like, the apes themselves, or even what they're wearing and that sort of thing.
Yeah, we can change all that, but I mean, just everybody, please be patient, because we're rolling all that stuff out, and usually it's a giant video game company that makes this stuff, right? With thousands of employees, and our company is 16 strong, and they're in 10 different countries, and they're brilliant coders and great people, but if you look at it like that, it's pretty special that an independent company that isn't owned by some giant conglomerate can actually pull something like this off.
What's the price, the minting price, if you don't mind me asking?
Okay, so we're doing the raffle tomorrow, so that's random. So that's you'll either, for the same price of 0.0888 ETH, you'll either get a common, an uncommon, or a rare. And I will say that the 420 ape, I made a rare.
What if you're a tattoo artist?
The tattoo artist? Where is the tattoo artist? Yeah.
For a discount for tattoo
artists.
artists.
Plugging Christine.
Oh, sure.
Plugging in
yeah. We can do a full body tattoo, the whole thing's tattooed. That'd be fun.
Travis Barker ape.
Yeah, exactly.
Christine's friend, dude.
There could
Yeah, I
be
mean,
here, right? Of, you know, you get somebody like a Travis Barker that says, yeah, I want to NFT myself. I want to mint myself within your game. And then, you know, you completely recreate his tattoos, you know, down to the minute details. And yeah, that'd be a really cool way to own a, you know, celebrities like him.
Their edition, like the celebrity edition.
Yeah.
Well,
Saying, like,
in a future
imagine once.
spaces.
Go ahead.
Sorry.
No,
I
no.
was saying in a future spaces we should talk about the crypto Venetian DeFi. Do you know about the Venetian?
I haven't heard about that.
Oh, it's really so. It's in LA. It travels too, but basically you stand in front of this like mirror, and it like builds a custom NFT off your likeness, and they take like some of your attributes of like who you are as a person. They make you a unique one of one NFT for you. It's like really hard to actually get one of them, and like I think a lot of celebrities kind of get in front of the line for them, but like they're pretty cool, and they're specific for the person.
Am I clothed when I stand in front of this mirror?
I think so. I think that's a requirement, but I would have to check.
we actually want to take some of our proceeds and make an avatar generator so people can do a selfie and then like blend their likeness with the avatar.
Wow. This
It's
is
actually
a
It's not
weird,
that hard to do. It's not
this
that
is
hard
a
to
crazy brainstorming session here, guys.
do.
That's what Twitter Spaces is
No.
about.
Yeah, I don't want to take up that. No.
No, first of all, thank you for coming up here and, you know, sharing your project with us. I think, you know, somebody like yourself that said, hey, we're a 16 person team. We're going up against, you know, 1,000 member teams. That completely says of the opportunity that's in this space that wasn't there before. It completely makes sense of we're all going to make it because you've got an opportunity that you've never had before, and you're able to do it on a scale that probably you never thought you could do. You know, maybe 10 years ago, you were, you know, it's just a different way of doing things, and it makes it where a small team can still create a great project, even if it has to be done in phases. Because
It's just it takes time, right?
Yeah.
What is the thing is where it's like, okay, well, if you want to do something fast, you need money. If you want to do it really well, you need time. And if you want to do it fast and really well, you need money and money.
not money and time. You need money and more money.
Yeah, exactly.
That makes complete sense. Well, thank you so much for you know, sharing. And yeah, everybody make sure you check out their Discord so you can see more about this. And yeah, maybe you can get whitelisted and get that 0.0888 ETH and start playing that game, because that will be a lot of fun. And I think you'll be also just supporting the industry. When we're talking, we're all going to make it. It's good for us to be able to all support each other and not just, you know, just look out for ourselves. And I think that's what's great about this community is, and not just the Traderverse community, although I could say that, but just the wider crypto and stock and just financial community. I think there's a feeling of trying to lift each other up rather than trying to make sure that you're raised amongst everybody else being down. So I really think this community is special in that sense.
Yeah, I think that's the spirit of WAGMI Wednesdays. Is we talk about this kind of stuff where, and for people who have been in and out, is, you know, the social tokens, like being able to get around an idea and help fund it directly, whether it's music, whether it's a video game, whether it's who you are as a, like, I think, you know, me personally, I've always tried, like, people always are like, I want to be a firefighter, I want to be, you know, I want to be an attorney, I just wanted to learn how to monetize myself as a human being, like, and I think Web3 really helps that. And through your image, through your personality, through the help you give, through what you believe, you know, and that's really kind of the fun part about this space and why I love coming to these talks every day.
Yep, they're awesome. Well, guys, it has been an hour. This is the Traderverse Hour. We do it every Monday through Friday. We'll do it at some different locales. Many times they're with spaces, and I'll have Christine here with me Monday through Wednesday. Thursday and Friday, it will either be just myself, or sometimes Smart Rick, Zach will be up here with me as well. We may move it over to Discord a few times, so be ready and on the lookout if we do that. But even whenever Christine is not here, we still have topics that we'll talk about just like this. And we do this because we're trying to create that social sense of community. Traderverse being a social network that is about trading, about you know, not just crypto, not just stocks, but everything all as part of a community, and trying to everything, all the tools that you might need right there within arm's reach. So make sure you follow the account that I'm speaking from right now, Traderverse, so you can be aware of wherever we're going to be during the week. If it's on Discord, you'll want to know that it's there. If it is here in Spaces, of course, you'll want to know that it's there, and obviously you can do that. But with that, we will be back tomorrow at this same hour. And we will be discussing things again. Let's see, what's tomorrow's topic? It is Thoughtful Thursday is what we have, is what I have right now. So tomorrow, yeah, we will think of some different things. Thoughtful, which is just good as we're getting into Thanksgiving and the Thanksgiving season, at least in the States. So yeah, we'll have Thoughtful Thursday, and we'll have a topic every day to be able to discuss. And occasionally we'll have an AMA as well, where we can hear from industry leaders, a little bit like what we did with Turbo just now, where we talked about his projects, but we'll do it for the entirety of an hour as well on some of these AMAs.
Yep. And anyone has any topics they want us to discuss up here, like, or if you're in the industry and you want to talk about what you're doing, you know, Traderverse, we're communities of all communities. We want to give everyone the spotlight we can. Because there's so many cool, unique individuals doing stuff all over social media, not just on Twitter. And we want to hear the stories, because we all have stories of how Traderverse started. We have stories how, I'm sure Turbo's got a great story of how, they all came together for, Nifty Ape Nation. So, it's a time for communities, time for sharing, and we want to hear what you guys want to talk about at the end of the day. So.
Yeah, for sure. You can send messages to the Traderverse account. You can send messages to Rick himself. You can send messages to Christine. Just if you'll send an idea, I would love to hear about them. I would suggest do it to the Traderverse account, and then we can know that that's actually what you want to hear discussed. And you'll hear a panel just like you heard up here discuss those things, and we'll bring people from the audience in that can, just like they did today, can then give their 2 cents on things as well. All right, guys, it has been great listening to you today. I'm going to turn up the music a little bit as we kind of fade out, but we will see you tomorrow at this same time, and I'll see y'all then. Later.
On the count of 3.
Thank you.